So next on the show, I want to take a look at a show that I saw on Saturday night. Jimeoin is back. That is probably the best way I can put it. As Jimeoin mentioned during the show that was at the Cardinia Cultural Centre on Saturday night, he hasn't been able to do what he does best, and that is stand-up comedy over the last few years. So he's doing a little bit of a tour at the moment that is a celebration of the fact that he's able to get out and do shows again, which is just absolutely amazing. So on Saturday night, we headed along to check out Jimeoin. His tickets at the Cultural Centre sold out really, really quickly, to prove that he is still a comedian that, although we don't hear about him as much anymore on TV, he still has a very, very loyal following amongst the comedy circuit. And you can easily see why during his show. I actually was wondering how I would go seeing Jimeoin after all of these years. I've seen him, of course, I grew up watching his TV show. I saw him a few years ago live in Yarram, and he was fantastic. And I was kind of wondering what he'd be like all these years later. And he was amazing. He had the audience laughing. I was laughing. I was laughing to the point where I started to feel a bit wheezy and a bit asthma. Because his comedy is different to a lot of the comedy that we experience these days. His comedy is very much that Seinfeld kind of comedy where he talks about things that happens in your everyday life. What's it like fighting in front of your partner? What's it like when you accidentally fart in public? Things like that. Things that happen to us, but are seldom kind of talked about. He also talked about things like how funny some people look when they're wearing a mask and stuff like that. Like you normally get with Jimeoin's shows, he also did a funny little segment where he kind of made light of what different historical periods on this earth would have been like, and they all worked. They were that kind of humor that almost your history teacher would try to throw at you, but they all worked and all had us absolutely laughing. The highlight of the show for me was his musical number at the end, where he does these really, really short songs with his guitar, but they are all so funny. You've got to hope one day that he puts these songs together that he's been doing over the years and puts together them on Spotify or on a CD or something, because they sound so funny when you're watching them. We went along with some friends that had never actually seen Jimeoin before, and they found him just as funny as what I did. So, look, if you get the chance, go along and check out Jimeoin while he's doing his tour at the moment, because he is just as funny as ever. And the way that he laughs at what we've been through over the last couple of years is done in such a tasteful way, but it just makes you feel so much better and so much glad that we're able to get back out to comedy. So definitely go along and check out Jimeoin at the moment, because he is funny as ever.